So, I watched my hard-earned 5.5 million naira leave my account. And I smiled because I thought, finally, I have secured an apartment for myself after months of hunting, months of disappointment. This is that story. And if you are planning to rent in Lagos, or you are renting already in Lagos, you need to watch this to the end. Because what happened to me, it is happening to a lot of people every day. It was on Wednesday. That day was Wednesday. And I can remember sitting by myself and, initiating the last transaction. And I felt this relief because I thought, oh, finally I'm going to move into my flat, and I already had dreams, I already had things I want to do. I already have things planned out, But on Friday evening, it dawned on me that I've been robbed. Not with gun, not in the dark, but in a broad daylight, by a man who always calls me my brother. That's it, my brother, each time he answers the phone. And I think that's their new code. And before you judge me, it's tricky. All right, let me throw you back to the beginning of how everything started. It was in January 2026. I was talking with a friend, and it happened that his sister had just rented an apartment, and everything went well. They talked really great things. They spoke great things about this agent/developer who helped them. So, and I was like, oh, please give me the contact. I've been, hunting for a while. I really need help because I'm actually new in Lagos, So they gave me the contact, and I began to talk with him. And he told me there is an apartment that is available. It will be available at the end of February. But in order to secure it, for me to secure it, for him to reserve it, more like reservation or something, I have to make some deposits so he would know that I'm serious. And I was like, of course. So I paid 50%. And before I did that, hear me, I actually go extra mile to ask him for a contract of this payment, what it is for, the address of the building. I actually went there to see it, even though a tenant was occupying it at the time. But yeah, I did my due diligence and I made the 50% deposits. Comes middle of February, he told me that the previous tenant, the current tenant who is occupying the place, had decided to return the place. So the lady wouldn't be living again. I said, okay. Actually, I kind of had a change of mind about that location. So I was like, okay, that's actually perfect. No problem. Are you going to refund me or what now? He said, no, I don't have to. He doesn't have to refund me if I want, that he can get me another one quickly. That it's never a problem. And, at that point, I began to trust him. He would invite me out. We would go to see other apartments. I would sit in his car. We would talk. He would call me my brother, that kind of thing. And I built this trust and connection beyond the business. It became friendship. Actually, yes, I have to be honest here. I also introduced my best friend to him, whom he also said he had a property that he's developing, because what he does is to rent a full duplex and then began to share it into units, demarcate it, do some reconstruction work or something, and then rent it like 1-bedroom apartments or 2-bedroom apartments to tenants, is as regards to, one person just, renting a full duplex because it's expensive. So, and I wanted 1-bedroom apartment. I don't need full duplex. So there are people like me who don't need duplex or who doesn't have the capacity to rent a duplex. So that's where he comes. It's a cool business that he's doing. Also, I thought, because that's how it appeared. I was like, oh, that's great. Wow. So, I introduced my friend. My friend also made payments, a deposit, of 1.5 million. At some point, the apartment he found for my friend didn't work. Mind you, he haven't found mine too. He haven't given me mine. And I haven't completed the 50% deposit yet. So my friend own didn't work, and we began to panic. A big panic, Oh my God, it seems this man is a scammer. And we asked for a refund for my friend's money, and he refunded. Do you see that? He bought our trust more. He refunded. So that made the trust to be more stronger, right? And he told me that the one he saw right now is more expensive, because the previous agreement was 3.5 million, which I paid half of that. Now it's 4.5 million. I made the payment because he showed me the house, beautiful house. There had been a famous actress who just moved out of the house at the time. And I also reached out to her. Thank you. Shout out to you. I'm not going to mention name for privacy purposes, actually. But yeah, I reached out to her via email, and she responded. She told me everything, and everything kind of made sense, although she also wanted me to be careful. I said, okay. I asked her why she left. She told me the reason. So it's a full duplex that this agent/developer is renting it to, divide it again and convert it into units of flats. So I will be taking a 1-bedroom flat out of it. So he took me there. We were there. I made videos. I made pictures. I saw the house. I entered the house. I already connected to it. I was so excited on that day. Oh God, I was so excited. And after I made payment on that Wednesday, he said that the lawyer needed to, so I made payment to his account. The rest of the payments, the remaining balance of the 1.8 something that I paid. I paid earlier. Remember, it was 3.5 million that we negotiated earlier, and I paid 50% of that, which was 1,800,000 and something. And then now the price of this new one, because the location is more bougie, it's more, towards the Lekki side. So now I have to pay more, right? So, we agreed on 4.5 million. And so I completed that amount. So total amount I sent him was 4.5 million. And then he was like, oh, I have just rented another house for my friend, another big duplex that he needs to also convert to units, so my friend can take his own units out of it. And he also had another project. The problem now is money, blah, blah. I was like, because I was already desperate. I have seen the house, right? I've seen it. I loved it. Beautiful house. And I wanted it by all means. Told him, what about if I lend you 1 million, extra 1 million, and in a week time, you give me back as soon as you take rent from the rest of the tenants for the ones you are just developing now. He was like, oh my God, you are an angel. You're God sent. Thank you so much. And I sent him extra 1 million, which is 5.5 million. I know what you are thinking now. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. He sold a dream to me and I bought into it. So, on Friday, stories flying that the main owner is not the owner, or the owner was living inside the house, blah, blah, blah. It was just a lot of story that he was telling me. By Friday, I told him, refund me. I don't want to, process refund from the lawyers so you can refund me. I don't want to go back and forth with this anymore. And this was already happening in March. So I had started working with him, talking with him, sent him the first money I paid to him was in January. And this whole thing, the whole thing, my eyes opened up to the whole thing only in March. So it's been 3 months dragging, right? And we're still on the case. So I told him, refund me. And he said, okay, he's gonna refund me. He also asked, promised me to go give me another option, promise upon promise. Okay. And okay, he also collected, my friend also decided to send back the money again to him. This time around, 3 million from my friend. My friend sent him 3 million because he said that there is an option that's already available. He can just take. And then he paid for it. And he said they are taking some time to do the maintenance thing. They need to demarcate. They need to do this and that. And he gave us 5 days that everything would be ready. 5 days gone, nothing is ready. 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and then we began to panic. After 1 month, you know what happened? He sent us a video of everything, all the work he had done being dismantled. That the owner and the estate management were having issue because they didn't approve, blah, 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 blah. Oh my God. So you didn't deliver to my friend. You didn't deliver my own. Refund me money. He said, of course, he's going to process my refund. And I went out to hunt again. I was already exploring, like open to go to Naija, to go to, more remote place. I don't know. I was just open. I just want a roof over my head because where I was staying was already expiring. He would tell me he would send it today and I will go out on inspection, like the house I see, and call him, where is my money? I'm still expecting my refund so I can make payment for another house. And he would keep whining me. God. Mr. Yinka, it shall never be well with you. It shall never be well with you. You know what? This video is already getting long. I think there should be a part 2. There will be a part 2, please. It's a lot.